Are we devolving back into the times where Ted Fiends were played in every matchup? Possibly. Almost. But you still can't play it against Night Elf. Everywhere else, though, it's a real possibility.
A player's forces are under attack.
TK Skelly creeping in the middle.
A player's forces are under attack.
Not the most fortunate start for 1-0 here early. The double ring of protection.
A player's forces are under attack.
FoCuS seems to be quite the fan of the assassin. We saw that earlier also against Life. Snipes the item, gets level 2. Good finds all around. Big mana's going to be great later for the Shadow. And FoCuS gonna get the next consumable here very easily, apparently. 1-0, not fast enough to steal this. Blade kinda hurt, but not really in trouble.
Forces are under attack.
Shadowhunter tier 3 right away. FoCuS playing a very passive game so far. Focused on his own progress of creeping. Death Knight, though, is getting level 3 a little bit faster even. I guess it's basically around the same time. Cool creeper by FoCuS. Gets level 3 with 2 consumables. I think 1-0 was too passive here, allowing FoCuS too easily to especially get those big items, you know? So much mana on the blade. He can force out coils here easily if he really wants. And that's so much scouting ability for him. He can stay invis windwalk here this whole time, even has a sentry ward. Perfect position for FoCuS.
Player's forces are under attack.
Not going Torrent Totem though, which is a bit sad. Wait. Acolyte is not mining. 1-0 misclicked the Acolyte. He lost 100 gold so far. And the Blade wants to get another kill. Boom! Oh, 1-0 is getting owned very hard. He did notice the Acolyte at least. It didn't cost much gold in the end. Only 100. Shadowhunter starting off with quick creeping to level 2 right here. Blade Master gets another ghoul and a ziggurat cancel. Oh boy. Ooh, this position is terrible for 1-0. Absolutely horrid.
Player's forces
I mean, not going for an arrow tower is pretty greedy. FoCuS could just go for a tiny Great Hall. I wonder if he realizes this. He's so far ahead here now. Would be a bit greedy though. I guess first we want to get out the TC. Burrow is actually late here for FoCuS. Is the Blade gonna try to go for the steal here? Apparently not really. It's a big camp for 1-0. It's gonna be the big permanent item. This would have been such an easy steal for the Blade Master. With the Magi. Very good for the Lich. Oh wow, this Lich is actually giga stacked. 1-0 is not out of this yet. It was a very painful early game, but now he has built the strong 50 supply army. This is what the Ted Fiend build is all about. Reaching a strong timing right around this moment. FoCuS is struggling with the creeps right here. There was a lightning shield involved even. Big item. Medallion of Courage is very good. Rune Bracers, very good as well. Blade Master damage, not that impressive though. Big mana potion still on the blade. Oh, FoCuS might want to go for some Zeppelin shenanigans here. Little bit of base lane. Very effective on this map where the labs are so close. TP home by 1-0. Can he kill something? Yeah, gets the assassin. Stuck behind the wall, has to unsummon. Still not a very convenient game for 1-0. Big mana potion sold by FoCuS. I still can't believe that people are doing this. Selling a big mana. Blade items here are decent. Still no claws though. One to zero, daring to go for the creeps. This could be a perfect creep check opportunity for FoCuS, especially if it comes from the other side. Imagine if he flanks from behind. But he might be going straight in. We got a Zeppelin. I like that. Nova from the creeps here at the red camp. TC getting silenced. Has no invul to break it. Has no ring of protection either. TC is taking a lot of damage. Disjointing some of the shots. TC stomping in with the drop. Web will be very valuable here. Web is finishing in a little while. Dust is in. Blade is in trouble. Zeppelin! Ooh, Zeppelin saved the blade, but not for long. Invul potion used now. Maybe 1-0 can win this, though. Lich with the invul potion. That's the TC dead. And that is the blade almost dead as well. 1-0 wins this fight. 1-0 wins this fight clearly. You know what was missing here? Torrens. I feel like Raiders are not the right units to go for anymore against the Undead. Medallion of Courage, Lich now, Giga stacked.
Players
1-0 might find redemption still. As mentioned earlier, the winner here doesn't really change the outcome of the result of the tournament. FoCuS is still first, 1-0 is still last. But of course it would feel nice to at least win one game for 1-0. Now comes the Tauren Totem. Oh, Coda doesn't even have the upgrade yet. Coda trying to survive. Find the back of the base. Blade is still on level 4, by the way. We do have a dust. One fiend gets devoured. A raider goes down. Not too many losses. The longer the game goes, the better it tends to be for the Orc, though.
players' forces are under attack.
TC3 is a huge level up. Blade 4 and 5 is a huge level up. There's still some creeps on the map, but not that many. Okay. Dark Ranger 3 already. This is a really good timing for 1-2-0. His heroes are looking very strong. Look at the Lich! Plus 15 int. Plus 25 damage. That is sensational. FoCuS definitely seems to be behind here.
A player's forces are under attack.
Trying to go for an expo now. The skellies are becoming a big problem for FoCuS. He's got no dispel. No real AoE. TC silenced. Ooh, he's taking a lot of damage. Not having a ring of protection here on the TC is a big problem. Almost immediately dead. TC goes down. No speed aura for the Orc anymore. Blade Master now has to fight without that improvement. And Blade is so hurt he has to run away. 1-0 looks to be closing in map number 1. Blade is dead. Walker's too late. Torrens too late. I think FoCuS was playing an outdated style here. I think Raiders is not what you want anymore these days. It is the Torrens. And that was after a really tough early game for 1-0. This was very annoying, but also very painful economically. 1-0 getting ready to fully embrace Ted Fiends again, it seems.
A player's force.
Normally you want to be aggressive early against Ted Fiends on level 1 or 2. Once Death Knight gets level 3, he gets pretty strong, but on low levels, pretty weak.
Players' forces are under attack.
Good items right here to start things off. Lich was giga stacked on the first map. 1-0 making the first steps to get there once again. Blade Master cannot really say the same. Although he got an Agitome, so that's good. Lots of scouting by 1-0. With the Skellies, he's checking everywhere. Wants to be able to catch the Blade. And does spot him up here. Really good scouting by 1-0. FoCuS just wants to be creeping. Loves to pick up items early. Can you go in here, by the way? I'm not even sure. Ring of Regen, not really a great item, not in this matchup. This matchup is all about damage and mana. And maybe some Rings of Protection. Bestiary again. Not a very fast tech this time by FoCuS. He's gonna go Raiders again, isn't he? I gotta say, I think that's a mistake. If he just goes Kodo, I'm fine with that. But I think what it really needs is Torrents. Torrents and Berserkers. Blade Master did end up getting a fast level 3. With the Ring of Regen, you know what? Here in the mid game, the Ring of Regen is very nice. With that, he can harass better and longer.
A player's forces are under attack.
Ooh, timing here could be exquisite. Just a millisecond too late. Item on the ground. Gloves of Haste. No Frost Armor. It's a bit weird. Normally we see Frost Armor with Fiends. Blade is going to take that invitation right away. He can harass this literally heavily. This is so much mana being drained out of the Undead. This is so good for FoCuS. This is again a good early game. We also had a good early game earlier though. Look at that. Both Undead heroes now, low mana. Blade can heal with the salve. He's also got that Ring of Regen. And the Shadow is solo creeping. Items here pretty bad. These are some of the worst he could have gotten. FoCuS pretty unlucky with these items. Up until now. Oh, Shadowhunter now getting very aggressive. There's no mana on the DK anymore. He's trying to get a kill here now. With the Shadow coming up. Speed Scroll. And that's a kill on the Lich. Nicely done. Just the Lich kill itself isn't worth that much, but he's looking for more. Another Hex, another Fiend. Damn, what an early game for FoCuS. This is all because of no Frost Armor. With Frost Armor first, none of this would have happened. FoCuS doing a great job, leveraging the strength of his level 3 Blade Master. His defensive items that made him tough to deal with in the harass. Forcing out all those coils first, and then looking for the kills with the Shadow. Well done. Really well done by FoCuS. And very sloppy by 1-0. Late items now looking pretty good. It's still a little bit more defensive than I think he would like, but those defensive items also do help. It's not like they're bad. We just would like to have a little bit more damage normally. Going for the Lich again. I don't think that's the right idea, though. FoCuS. Fighting now is a bad idea. He doesn't have Orb, he doesn't have third hero. But he can force the TP at least with a Hex. That could have gone worse. If he doesn't lock in that surround here, FoCuS loses possibly everything. Oh, so we mask. FoCuS gets the second big permanent item, puts that on the Shadow, of course.
The player's forces are under attack.
And we're getting a Dark Ranger again with silence. Very bad game for the DK. Taking forever to get that level 3. Ring of Protection should definitely go on the TC though.
Player's forces are under attack.
Wait, no orb yet for the blade. All of a sudden the game seems to be even again. 1-0 with some significant losses early. But that doesn't seem to derail him too much. Creeping that red camp here. Helm of Valor. Pretty good for the Dark Ranger. Lich now about to hit level 3. And there's an expansion slowly being set up. Medallion of Courage again for the TC. He's got so much HP but very low armor. He should definitely be given that ring of protection. Creeping this camp, always dangerous. You end up in a dead end if you go in too deep. And Blade still has no Orb of Lightning. Frost Armor is going to be very, very good here.
A player's forces are under attack.
Double level up. Dark Ranger 2 is also big. And gonna get a couple of skellies before the fight really starts. One of Mana Steel, good item as well. One of the Wind, perhaps not that good. Man, FoCuS. He looked so good in the first 2 games today, but here it looks like FoCuS just doesn't know how to deal with Ted Fiends anymore. No expo happening here. 1-0 is going Banshees this time, so I'm gonna get Curse activated soon. Finally an Orb of Lightning on the blade. And almost level 4, TC level 2, Shadow level 3. Levels are looking okay for FoCuS, but really not amazing. And 1-0 is looking for the next Creepjack. 1-0 feels stronger right now. He wants to force kills. Wants to force fights. Lich taking a lot of damage here. Where is the Frost Armor, by the way? Now there is one on the Dark Ranger. She is almost going down, but she survives. Maybe because of the item. Kodo's coming in. The Devours need to land well here. Invuln on the Blade Master. One Devour on a Banshee of all things, but the other Kodo is taken out. Backup Kodo is here. Dark Ranger in a bad spot. 1-0's micro here is not great in this fight. Especially the lack of Frost Armor. Blade, however, almost dead. Kodo keeps giving vision. And there's more mana to use, especially we got 2, maybe 3 coils available. That's another kill. Stomp, missing the DK. That Kodo's going down. Level 4 Death Knight. Good level up right there. Dark Ranger is going to be back pretty soon. Man, FoCuS really struggling with the old school Ted Fiends. Big steal here available for FoCuS. This could be a nice comeback moment. Gets the Ankh of Reincarnation. And he's got the Dust as well. FoCuS was struggling so far in this game, but now he's looking for the hero kill on the Death Knight. If he kills the DK here, this game should be his. Purge again! Double Purge against the hero. Pretty lucky for FoCuS. Still going after him. Still looking for the kill. Death Knight is dead. There it is. FoCuS brute forcing his way to victory. Punishing the fact 1-0 doesn't have Invo Potion. 1-0 giving away a big lead in this game. In the late game, 1-0 here was clearly ahead. But a little complacent when it came to Frost Armor usage, Invul, security, Dark Ranger positioning. I would love to see a TC second by FoCuS this game. The safe play is Shadowhunter second. But if you can get a TC second and get away with it, it's super strong against Fiends in the late game. Maybe the better choice here by 1-0 would be not to go Fiends, but rather go Ghouls. Oh, almost a steal from the Farseer right there. That was really close.
A player's forces are under attack.
Before there's any headhunters here, the Orc can't do that much. Oh, nice little steal. Little bit of experience for the Farseer. Every last hit here on the creeps is going to be important. Death Knight with the coil has the advantage. Huge last hit right here. He's a bit too late. Oh man, that was half a second missing. And now FoCuS is favored when it comes to trading. Superior headhunter numbers. Can especially kill the skellies normally easily. Coil too late though.
A player's forces are under attack.
Fiend up here is creeping with skellies alone. It's gonna take a while to creep this camp then, I guess. And Death Knight for a long time forced to play without aura. This is really not what you want as undead. Again, no stolen coil. The coil play here seems to be definitely a bit off the mark. That could have been better. But finally, DK will get level 2 in a moment. As tier 2 is finishing up, undead tech is a little bit quicker. Dark Ranger second for 1-2-0. Very good in late game, of course, against Headhunters, as we know. Second hero is the Shadowhunter, so FoCuS going for the safer option. Shadow instead of TC. It might be a mistake, I think. Oh no! One of the observers lagged out. That caused a desync. So we're on tier 3 now. It's the Ted Fiends. I think Ted Fiends are a lot worse against mass Headhunters than ghouls are. At least that used to be the case. With the new ghouls, not so sure anymore. Double heal scroll already for FoCuS. 1-0 is looking a lot more comfortable with his Ted Fiend build compared to the other builds. I feel like 1-0 is going to be playing a lot less ghouls in the future. Oh, Dark Ranger 3, that was a big level up. Next big level up is going to be level 3 TC. Farseer also almost level 4. Looks like he's had a good game here so far. Big creep. Still available. FoCuS not going to commit. Maybe wants to creep the other orange. Get level 3 TC. 1-0's items are looking okay. But not phenomenal, really. TC into the back, looking for the big stomp. Silence, though, at the perfect time. Chain Lightning. Coil is there to save the Fiend. Here's the Invo Potion. One Destroyer goes down. That's TC level 3, but he is pretty low HP. Statue goes down as well. 1-0's positioning here does not seem ideal. Oh, Scroll the Beast. And there's no Destroyers right now to dispel that scroll. Another Fiend goes down. The Headhunter play for FoCuS is looking very good at the moment. But the Dark Ranger and the Lich can always turn it with the Skelly Snowball, as we like to call it. There's another Hex. TC ready with the Stomp. And the next Hex is ready in a moment. Ensnare, Surround, but the Invo Potion going to save the Lich. TC looking for the next Stomp. DK in trouble. The Hex to kill the first hero. And FoCuS in the end might still win this game. Looks like he will. More hero kills, more stomps. That level 2 stomp, so good against Fiend armies. All the heroes dead. And that is going to mark the last GG of the day. FoCuS will still win this series 1-0, giving this away big time.